Hi. I'm Margaret and I'm 10 years old. I'll start working at Mrs. Cullinan's house. She is an ugly old woman. She usually rested her smile until late afternoon when her women friends stroked in, and Miss Glory, the cook, served them cold drinks on the closed-in porch.
At 12 o'clock the table was set. At 12:15 Mrs. Cullinan sat down to dinner, whether her husband had arrived or not. Mrs. Cullinan had married beneath her.
As ugly as she was lucky to get a husband beneath her station.
There are the dishware, silverware and servants' bells. There are goblets, sherbet glasses, ice cream glasses, wine glasses, green glass kef cups with matching saucers, and water glasses. Our glasses are on a separate shelf from the others.
Many words about kitchen were additions to my vocabulary, and in fact almost represented a new language.
Mrs. Cullinan couldn't have children. She was too delicate then. The doctor had taken out all her lady organs.
It was hard to imagine bones at all under those layers of fat. Bailey, Mrs. Cullinan was walking around without her pig's organs. It explained why she drank alcohol out of unmarked bottles. She was keeping herself embalmed.
Yes, sister. Mr. Cullinan had 2 daughters by a colored lady. They were the spitting image of their father.
I saw him a few hours before, but I don't remember what he looked like. Maybe they are the Coleman girls. They were very light-skinned. They're beautiful. Poor Mrs. Cullinan. 4 weeks after, I arrived early, left late and tried very hard to make up for her barrenness. If she had had her own children, she wouldn't have had to ask me to run 1,000 errands from her back door to the back door of her friends. Poor old Mrs. Cullinan.
What's your name, girl?
She doesn't talk much. Her name is Margaret.
Is she dumb?
No. As I understand it, she can talk when she wants to, but she's usually quiet as a little mouse. Aren't you, Margaret? She's a sweet little thing, though.
Well, that may be, but the name's too long. I'd never bother myself. I'd call her Mary if I was you.
That horrible woman would never have the chance to call me Mary, because if I was starving I'd never work for her. I decided I wouldn't pee on her if her heart was on fire. Could they be talking about me? Maybe Mrs. Cullinan knew about Mr. Freeman.
You might be coming down with something. You should go home. Your mama would give you some tea. I'd explain to mistress.
Of course Mrs. Cullinan didn't know. Otherwise she wouldn't have given me the dresses and she wouldn't have called me a sweet little thing.
Are you okay, Marguerite? You arrived early today.
Yes, Mama, I'm fine. I decided to write a poem on being white, fat, old and without children. A poem about Mrs. Cullinan.
Mary?
Who?
I want Mary to go down to Mrs. Randall's and take her some soup. She's not been feeling well for a few days.
You mean Margaret, ma'am? Her name's Margaret.
That's too long. She's Mary from now on. Eat that soup from last night and put it in china tureen and, Mary, I want you to carry it carefully.
Don't mind, don't pay that no mind. Sticks and stones may break your bones, but words, you know, I've been working for her for 20 years. 20 years. I wasn't much older than you. My name used to be Hallelujah. That's what Ma named me, but my mistress give me Glory and it stuck. I likes it better too. It's shorter too.
Would I laugh? Imagine being named Hallelujah, or cry, imagine letting some white woman rename you for her convenience? I had to quit the job, but Mama wouldn't allow me to quit for just any reason. Mrs. Cullinan ignored my coming late and leaving early. Miss Glory was a little annoyed because I had begun to leave egg yolk on the dishes, and wasn't putting much heart in polishing the silver. I hoped that she would complain to our boss, but she didn't.
Hey sister. When you had again been told to serve the old biddies on the porch, you dropped the empty serving tray, then you picked up the casserole and 2 of the green cups in readiness. You let them fall on the tiled floor.
Oh mama. Oh dear God. It's mama's china from Virginia. Oh mama, I sorry.
You mean to say she broke her Virginia dishes? What we gonna do?
That clumsy nigger. Clumsy little black nigger.
Who did it, Viola? Was it Mary? Who did it?
Her name's Margaret. God damn it. Her name's Margaret.
She is right. My name was Mary.